This video is probably going to be about as mediocre as your average F1 race around France, so I hope you enjoy it. If you're like the vast majority of people, you're willing to agree that the Styrian Grand Prix... okay, what the hell is it called? Oh, it's called the Styrian Grand Prix. Okay. Well, for now, I'm just going to call it the Steroid Grand Prix so that I don't confuse it with anything else. Well, that or the Austrian Grand Prix 2.0. Nonetheless, you might be able to agree that it's not necessarily as awesome as the Austrian Grand Prix that we had 1 week ago, but there were some exciting moments, and I'm going to show you those right here. This is the Steroid Grand Prix review. Now, if you look very, very closely, you'll see 5 red lights slowly fade into the video frame. And those 5 red lights mean that it's lights out and away we go in Q1! And the reason I'm being this ecstatic right now is because George Russell gets into Q2 for the first time! I'm not kidding. Okay, I'm gonna calm down for now a little bit. Let's see what else happened in Q1. Antonio Giovinazzi bins it at turns 9 and 10, and he just felt so bad about it, he had to stop at turn 4 to bring out the red flag, which cut Q1 short. Nothing spectacular happens in Q2 other than the fact that something shocking happened. You know how in last week it was Vettel who didn't make it into Q3? Well, here the roles have switched. This time Leclerc didn't make it into Q3. I was so shocked, I honestly can't tell what I'm more shocked by. The fact Vettel didn't make it into Q3 last week, or the fact Leclerc didn't make it into Q3 this week. I'm dragging this video on longer than it needs to be as we go to Q3, and Max Verstappen, who's on his final flying lap, has something tragic happen to him. It's debatable as to whether or not it was Vettel's fault that caused this, or Verstappen just didn't see him at all and caused him to spin out. But nonetheless, he still got a front row position, and that was the end of Q3. Nothing else happened. Oh yeah, other than the fact Carlos Sainz got P3 in qualifying. Now on to the race. Again, nothing spectacular happens on the formation lap, so we're gonna skip it like last time. So, you have your 5 red lights as everybody's ready to go, and it's lights out and away we go! Oh dear, the Ferrari teammates collide, which just so happened to bring out a safety car, and spoiler, that's the only safety car in the whole race. After the safety car period, George Russell, who was doing a pretty good job at the time, spun out on his own. And I mean, if you don't show at least a little bit of distress after that moment, you probably have no admiration towards the Williams crew. Oh, and Leclerc decides to retire the car as well on the same lap. Well, what else happens? Let me see. Bring up my race notes here. Lap 25, Verstappen comes into the pits and runs a bit wide. Oh, here we go. Lap 26, Esteban Ocon retires from the race. From unreliable Renault engines, I suppose. And what else happens? See, lap 28, Hamilton pits. Lap 33, Carlos Sainz pits and has problems with the left rear tire. It didn't matter anyway, he still came back to get fastest lap and finished 9th. Lap 34, Bottas pits. Lap 39, Perez pits. Lap 40, Carlos Sainz and Perez have a battle. That only lasts like a few seconds or something. Okay, what else? On lap 46, Stroll and Perez also have a battle, but it also lasted like a few seconds, though longer than the Sainz-Perez battle, but that's about it. I feel like the majority of this race is just battles that last like a few seconds. After that, I just had to go to the bathroom and take a piss, thinking that I might miss something. I was so wrong. Although technically not true, I did stop by to see Perez-Ricciardo battle a lap later, which again lasted only 1 straightaway, which is a mere few seconds. And then it was kind of bland for a few laps, then Perez got the fastest lap twice in a matter of 3 laps, which is impressive considering he's in a copycat Mercedes car. Right, I'm getting a bit desperate, let's see what else happens. Ah yes, lap 58. Max Verstappen comes over the radio saying that he's got wing damage.
We're seeing major
Now,
wing
as we all
damage.
know, wing damage will certainly compromise your chances of getting a P2 finish. And it took no time for Mercedes driver Valtteri Bottas to catch up to him as they battled side by side for an extensive period of time, longer than I thought they ever would have, which was absolutely incredible. And in a matter of 3 laps time, Sergio Perez and Alex Albon are fighting when all of a sudden, this happens. Yep, you saw that right. That was a damn near carbon copy of what happened at Austria 1 week ago. Fortunately though, Albon did not spin out, and Perez got the worse end of the stick because that resulted in him getting substantial wing damage. Meanwhile, in the middle of the pack, look at this! We have a 4-way battle for position, and this is what we're going to be seeing until the end. That is if the FOM can stay focused on it. And that just about wraps up the Steroid Grand Prix, Austrian Grand Prix 2.0, as Lewis Hamilton crosses the line first, Valtteri Bottas finishes second, and Max Verstappen, who has substantial wing damage, manages to finish third. And you thought nothing else was going to happen throughout the remainder of this race? Oh man, Sonny, were you wrong. Coming to the line, and this is what we are about to see. Lando Norris makes a move on Perez at the penultimate corner, and we get this amazing finish. Yes, you saw that right. A photo finish in Formula 1. I couldn't even believe it myself. You know what? It was so awesome, it deserves a screenshot. There you go. Go ahead and share that as you wish. Nonetheless, as I previously stated, Hamilton wins the race, Valtteri Bottas finishes second, and Max Verstappen finishes third.